What is good, YouTube, man? Today, I got us another video, man. Back-to-back days. Trying to keep this streak going, man. I'm trying. Got this work schedule going. I'm trying to figure it out so I can do this every day, man. Today, I got us a video on the topic of what's our roster going to look like next year, man. I know we just let go a lot of people. Time to see, like, what can we do? What can we honestly do next year? What can our roster really look like on that offensive and that defensive side of the ball, man? Let's start off. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to give y'all two starting 11s for offense and defense. I'm going to give y'all basically team one for offense and defense, and then I'm going to give you a team two for offense and defense, and y'all let me know which one y'all would go with. I think they're pretty even. I think they're like unbalanced in certain areas and imbalanced in other areas. So I don't know. This has free agents. This has rookies. You know, I think both these teams are balanced. You know, I think it'll just come up to preference for y'all guys. You know, I think it'll all just come up to which team y'all would like better. You know. Which team would y'all think would do better is what I'm asking, you know. Starting off, I'm going to give y'all team one and team one's offense and team one's defense, man. Y'all let me know which team y'all would rather go with, all right? Team one or team two? I'm going to start off with team one's offense and defense, man. Starting off with the offensive side of the ball, I got team one re-signing Nelson Agholor. Ooh, I got team one re-signing Nelson Agholor, man. So our receiving core for team one is gonna look like Ruggs, Edwards, Renfro in the slot, and Agholor. That is team one's receiving core. That is team one's receiving core right there, bro. I like that. That's a good receiving core. You know, they did good last year, and Ruggs will only improve. Edwards will only improve. Hunter Renfro, he's a beast. We know what we got in Renfro, man. So, team one has Agholor on its roster. Team one, obviously, DC, Jacobs, obviously there. But let me also let you guys know team one's offensive line. So, because we re-signed Agholor, we had to put money in different places. So, we have Miller, obviously, but we did get Incognito back in team one. We have Hudson, obviously, but John Simpson is a starter and Brandon Parker is a starter. Let me tell y'all one quick thing. I think we've been bashing Brandon Parker like the man is dog water. That man is not, he's not bad, bro. I mean, last year when he had to perform, he performed. Much like Denzel Good. That's what I will say about Denzel Good. He was a very good player. He was. But I think that with the experience the last 2 years that Brandon Parker had, he showed off in his moments to emerge into a player that we needed him to be, into a starter. He came up and played very well. I think y'all were hating on him because he sucked in previous years. Sam Young is the one who was trash, not Brandon Parker. Sam Young was trash, not Brandon Parker. So, team one's offense is looking like DC, Jacobs, Ruggs, Edwards, Agholor re-signed, Renfro in the slot. We get Miller, we get Incognito back, Hudson, but John Simpson and Brandon Parker are starting on the right side for team one. Now, let me go to team one's defense, man. I know a lot of y'all are going to like this defense. So, team one's defense. We're going to start off with the defensive line. Team one's defense. Cleveland Ferrell, Maurice Hurst, and drum roll, y'all get defensive tackle Dalvin Tomlinson in free agency for team one. Dalvin Tomlinson is on team one, and Max Crosby is also on that defensive line. So team one gets Dalvin Tomlinson, Cleveland Ferrell, Maurice Hurst, and Max on defensive line. And going into the corners, team one gets Richard Sherman. We also have Trayvon Mullen. And for the rest of the defensive backs, There's options. So Team 1 drafts Trayvon Moehrig. Team 1 gets Trayvon Moehrig, but they also have Anthony Harris as well. So we drafted Moehrig, but you also got Anthony Harris. Now, you still have Corey Littleton. You re-signed Nicholas Morrow on Team 1. And you have Abram and Nick Witkowski as your center box, Well, Jonathan Abram's going to be in the box, but you have Nick Witkowski and Abram sharing the middle. So, Team 1, I like Team 2. I like Team 1. So, this is all preference up to you guys. What you guys think would be better. So, let me run through this. Team 1's defense has Cleve Furrow, Dalvin Tomlinson, Max Crosby, Maurice Hurst as their starting defensive lineman. Then, Sherman, then Trayvon Mullen. Then you have Moehrig and Anthony Harris swapping in at free safety. You also have Abram in the box, Morrow re-signed, and you get you also have Nick Witkowski. Hey, y'all tell me, all right? Team 1 is looking pretty good so far, but let's get right into Team 2's offense. So, Team 2, I'm gonna hit it to you guys right now. Team 2 has Ruggs, Edwards, Renfro, no Aguilar. No Aguilar whatsoever on Team 2. Aguilar is not in the picture, but you do get a cheap free agent, and there's a big raffle that you can pick in cheap free agencies for wide receivers this year. You got John Ross, you got I don't think AJ Green will actually be too cheap, but you have AJ Green, you have multiple guys that can come in cheap and be good players. Some guys just need changes of scenery. We've seen it with Aguilar. So y'all, Team 1 has Ruggs, Edwards, and Renfro, but you guys also get a cheap free agency for cheap free agent for wide receiver. All right. Now Team 1's offensive line is Miller, Incognito, Hudson, Good, and Brandon Parker as well. Now, the reason why Team 2 has Denzel Good is because we did not re-sign Nelson Aguilar in Team 2. Team 2 does not have Nelson Aguilar, which is why you guys have Denzel Good. Okay? Now, Brandon Parker is still the right guard. Brandon Parker is still the right tackle for Team 2. Oh, excuse me. Team 2 does not have Incognito. So, Team 2 has Miller, John Simpson, Hudson, Denzel Good, and Brandon Parker. So, I don't know. Team 2, I think those stack up pretty well, those two offensive lines. So, Miller, John Simpson, Hudson, but you get Denzel Good back, and you have Brandon Parker. I think that's a good offense. Obviously, like I said before, you have Jacobs and you have Derek Carr. So Team 2's offense, I'm going to say it one more time. Team 2 has Ruggs, Edwards, Renfro, a cheap wide receiver in free agency, Miller, John Simpson, Hudson. You get Denzel Good back, and you have Brandon Parker. That's a good offense right there, man. I would not be mad going into the offseason or the season with that offense, to be honest, whatsoever. Obviously, in both teams, you have Waller. It's obvious. You have Waller on those teams. Waller is just like the other guys like DC and Jacobs. Those are no-brainers. You're going to have those guys, Waller. So, there you go. You have Waller on both teams. Now, Team 2's defense. Hear me out. Team 2's defense. Let's start again on that defensive line. Team 2's defensive line is Clelin Ferrell, Maurice Hurst, David Irving, and Max Crosby. That is the front four of Team 2. Now, the reason why in Team 2, they didn't go all out on that defensive tackle position is because maybe they went all out on a different position. So, Team 2 is going to be banking on the fact that Gus Bradley will create Hurst and Irving into dominant players like we know he will. So like I said, Team 2 has Furrow, Hurst, Irving, and Max starting on the defensive line. Now, Team 2, let's take a look at their defensive backs. Team 2 has Trayvon Mullen, Damon Arnett, but ding, 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 Team 2 gets John Johnson. Team 2 is able to pick up John Johnson in free agency. They didn't ball out on a defensive tackle. They bought out on a free safety. And Team 2 has John Johnson, man. Defensive backs, John Johnson, Damon Arnett, and Trayvon Mullen. You know, obviously both teams, you have Isaiah Johnson and Meek Robertson also in the mix, but those guys are a bit more like depth and different kind of packages types of players, so they're not starting in the first 11. But the linebacking core of Team 2 also looks a bit different. The linebacking core of Team 2 is among the lines of Corey Littleton, Nick Wachowski, Jonathan Abram comes down into the box as a linebacker role, but in this one, much like the other one that was a draft pick, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah was picked up by the Las Vegas Raiders in the first round, man. So, I don't know. I feel like Team 2 and Team 1 are pretty even. I think Team 2, in my personal opinion, I would go with Team 2. I think Team 2 is a bit better, man. You don't get Nelly back, but you just get better overall. And also, Team 2 is a bit cheaper than Team 1. So I don't know. I really like Team 2 a lot. Like I said, Team 2's defense is Cleveland Ferrell, Maurice Hurst, David Irving, Max Crosby. The reason why you're able to pay John Johnson is because you didn't ball out on a defensive tackle like Team 1 did in Dalvin Tomlinson. So, also, Team 2 drafted Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Team 1 drafted Trayvon Mullen. So, you know, but also Team 1 did add a free agent corner in Sherman. And Team 2 just said, you know what, we're going to rely that our first round pick from last year is going to live up to who he was. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments down below. Who are y'all going with, man? Team 2 or Team 1? Like I said, I'd go with Team 2, man. I really think that Gus Bradley is going to do wonders with Irving and Hurst. So I would not be mad whatsoever if we went into the season as those two as our starting defensive tackles, man. Also, it allows us to get a guy like John Johnson on defense. It allows us to have the versatility of letting Nicholas Morrow go and getting Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. So, like I said, man, let me know in the comments, Team 1 or Team 2? Which team are y'all picking? Which team would y'all rather go into the season with next year? So, that's it for today, y'all. Like I said, you know, always hit me up in the comments. Let me know what kind of videos I can do. Also, let me know your guys' takes on the Raiders, and I'll do a video talking about all your guys' takes that you guys left in the comments in the comment section down below. Also, subscribe if you can, and that'll be it for today. Peace.